Hi, my name is Reid, and I'm only human. I grew up in an alcoholic household. I've suffered from depression, and I've faced many stigmas, stereotypes, and labels. As a young black woman from Trenton, New Jersey, I wasn't supposed to make it. Statistically, I shouldn't have made it out of that environment, and I'm not supposed to be where I am now. But because of people who were planted in my life and gave me an opportunity and a chance, I can say I am where I am today. Working at Freedom House Recovery this year has definitely taught me one thing: everyone deserves a chance. The women that I encounter on a daily basis, that I laugh with, that I grow with, and that I empower, they all have so many different stories. They're so amazing, but yet they're still full of so much pain. Pain that stems from a lot of things that was done to them, not necessarily that they did to themselves. Pain that they have to cope with, that they have to try and ignore so that they can appear to be functional members of society. Their stories echo the effects of privilege in this country, the expectations of what a good and normal life looks like in this country, and the lack of resources and who gets to have access to these resources in our country. By the time they're walking through our doors looking for another chance, they're tired, they're discouraged, and they're dying to live. I've realized that my job is not to be the warden, not to just enforce the rules or remind them of the expectations, but my job is to make sure that I come to work every day and I give them a chance to the best of my ability. I was reminded of that recently with a client that came into the home. She triggered everything about me, not only as a staff person, but as Reid. I found myself so frustrated. I found myself upset because as a staff person, I felt like we weren't protecting the other women. I felt like we weren't, keeping the environment of what recovery should be to have healthy recovery. And then as a person, it reminded me a lot of what I grew up in. I was angry, I was hurt, and I didn't want to help her. I didn't want to help her, not from the heart. And so I didn't realize how my heart had turned cold until we presented her in a meeting to get advice about what to do with her. And then I was reminded of this young lady's story. She has been through so much trauma. She experienced physical and sexual trauma, severe medical illnesses at a very young age, nothing that anyone should go through. Yet here she was, still trying to change her life, some part of her wanting to change her life. And it was at that moment that the words that my boss told me, everyone deserves a chance, echoed. I sat there and realized that my intentions were not from the heart. I needed to be checked, and I was so glad that God checked me. I had every right to feel the frustrations and the pain that I did because her behaviors were a problem. They weren't okay, and she did need a higher level of care. However, my desire to get her that high level of care was not coming from the heart. Being human means not making the best choices, receiving and causing pain, and searching to become better. We are all that person. Some of us are born into more opportunity, and some of us have to fight for it every second of our lives. We each hold a gift, an opportunity in our hands. We can all give someone a chance. The greatest thing about this gift is that we actually tend to grow from it too. Giving a chance is not the easiest thing to do when it comes from the heart. Usually, it makes us confront our pain and our behaviors, but it's an opportunity to change someone's life and change our hearts at the same time. I keep a card in my purse to remind me, and it says, "It's never too late to be what you were meant to be." And I keep that to remind myself, but now I realize it also reminds me that we all deserve to have a chance to be that person. So, my name is Reid, and I'm only human, but so are you. Someone took a chance on us. Will you use your heart to do the same? Thank you.